Hey everyone, welcome back to Amateur's Hour. I'm Lee, and today we've got a pretty unique gun. Now, the gun itself is something that most of you have probably seen before. It's an AK-47, but this is a Hungarian AMD model, which is a little bit different. Like, it's got a folding stock, for starters, with the buttons back here to unlock it. And it's got a front grip, which is, I would say it's fairly uncommon on AKs, but you see them sometimes. They have wooden grips also, and there's a difference with those, but I'll tell you about that in a second. And you'll probably notice that there's no wood on top here or down here, so that's a little different. But the one thing about this front grip that's kind of odd, and some of you might notice that I have a shorter mag in this gun, is the lip right here prevents you from using a 30 round magazine because you have to angle it in. So you have to use a 20 round mag. But there are some, like I've seen a wooden front grip where it's filed off right there where you can get a 30 in. So it just depends on, how the front grip runs. And I haven't seen many where the front grip is angled forward, and that's also to help with the mag. But the AK is a classic gun that, like I said, I'm sure everybody knows about. It's probably the most well-known assault rifle in the world, and I'm sure there's millions of them in production. But this is more of a communist gun than a free world one, because the design's from Russia. This one's from Hungary, I think, and you usually see them over in the Middle East or with communist countries. And it also shoots a 7.62 round, which is, it's a small round, but it has a big cartridge, has a lot of powder behind it. And I'll be honest with you, this stock looks really cool. Like, it looks really cool when it's folded out, and it looks cool like this, but I'm kind of a tall guy, so it's not quite long enough for me. Like, whenever I go like this, it's just not quite comfortable. It doesn't have a cheek rest on it, so it's pretty bare bones in that aspect, but it gets the job done for the most part. And the sights are pretty straightforward. Got the front sight, or the back sight, I guess, right there, and the front one's right there. This one has a pretty cool looking flash hider on it. And I've been told that it makes it a little bit louder, I guess because just the way it vents out. But I can't confirm because I always wear my hearing protection. But I haven't really shot this gun too much, so we're going to get started and do some accuracy and then do some destruction with some cinder blocks and see how far one 7.62 round will go. I'm not sure how well they penetrate, so we'll see. Alright, pretty accurate. And we're going to go for the cinder blocks now with one shot. Alright, we'll go take a look at it and see what we did. Looks like I got the bottom corner of it. Well, destroyed it right there. And if you look from the top, you can see that it took a little bit right there as well. Maybe cracked it right there. But it stopped it before it went through the whole cinder block. So, not too bad because the round is pretty small, but not bad. It's about what I was expecting. So if you give us a second, we're going to set up some clay pigeons to shoot for some more accuracy. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we set up some clay pigeons to shoot, and we're also going to show a little bit more destruction because we have the cinder blocks set up as the backstop. So we can also take a second look and see if there's any more destruction this time. Yeah, I think there was a little more destruction that time. Yeah, what the heck, we'll go look at it. Not much to see, but we'll go anyway. So, not too bad. I'm a lot happier with that than the last one. And there's still a few clay pigeons that got away, but they just got knocked off. And one thing I did forget to mention last time, but Mac pointed it out to me, is those rounds took a little chip out of the steel target, which is new for us. I don't think that's happened yet.
It's just out of the paint.
Okay, well, it's just out of the paint then, my bad. But still pretty impressive. Alright, so we definitely know how they affect cinder blocks now. But now we're going to do something a little different. We're going to see how it affects a door, because we got a car door for you. So give us 1 second, we'll be right back. Alright, so like I said, we're going to shoot a car door just to, you know, change things up a bit. So it's not just all cinder blocks and TVs. So I'm pretty sure that these rounds are going to go straight through it, but it'll look cool either way. And to change things up just a little bit, we have 4 penetrator rounds in the mag first. So I don't know if that'll make any difference, but we'll see. I'll put 10 rounds down. I have no idea if that was 10 or not. I was having too much fun and lost count. But anyway, heard the steel plate ting a few times, so I think it went straight through. Well, let's go see. Yeah. That was what I figured. Straight on through. Got a little bit of smoke coming out too. So, not a whole lot to see on the back side, but there's definitely a lot of glass on the ground now. But anyway, that was a nice little change of pace from our normal destruction segments. And just like some final thoughts on the gun since I've gotten a little more familiar with it. I'm not a huge fan of the stock because I'm a tall guy, so I like a little bit more length to the stock. And I like a cheek rest, but it still works pretty well. It's a little concerning when you first start because I feel like the back's going to hit me in the face, but it doesn't, so it works pretty well. It looks a lot cooler than it is useful, but it gets the job done. And I do like the front grip on it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it angled like that, or just at all, because I'm used to not having a front grip, but it works really well. I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said before, I don't think there's that many guns that have the front grip angled forward like this, but since the AK mags are angled and you have to kind of angle them in to put them in, it has to be like that. And one downside I will say about this gun, but you could fix it, I believe, if you filed that back to where it was more flush, is as it sits right now, you can only put a 20 round mag or smaller in it. So it's kind of a downside, but it's not a big deal. If you need more than 20 rounds with a AK, you might have a big problem. But yeah, I was glad to shoot this one today. It's a nice gun. We'll probably have another AK on the channel, maybe a more simplified one like you're used to seeing. Maybe at some point in the future, I don't know. But we appreciate y'all coming out to the video today. And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Amateur's Hour.